we are going to be going over some of my vintage fishing gear. And I'm hoping that you guys will enjoy it, number one. Number two, I'm hoping that we can... Oh, turn my camera off, my bad. Yeah, I'm hoping we can get into it. I'm trying to decide where to put the camera to be the most active. I think I'm going to grab my tripod, actually. So I will be right back, guys. Give me 5 seconds. I will be right back. Okay, guys, so I just wanted to grab my tripod real quick because my tripod is important when I'm doing this stuff, and I just didn't have it on me at the time. So, yeah. Hey guys, so I'm setting up the tripod. My bad if you guys are joining and just don't see me, then I'm still here, I promise. I'm just, going over it. Yeah, we're going over some of the old family heirlooms here. This is some of the other stuff. I'm going to start off with some of the most modern stuff and get into some of the non-modern stuff. So we're going to start off with a brand new rod and reel combo that we just bought from my grandpa for surf fishing. So this is a surf fishing combo. This is a Daiwa FT. This is a newer rod. It's brand new still. I just want to go from the newest to the oldest just because it's more fun for me to do that. And I'm actually going to turn the fan on here in a couple seconds because it is going to get pretty hot out here because it is 94 right now in Florida. It feels like 100. So it's not terrible. So it's a reel on there is a Shakespeare Alpha. It's like I said, this is just our cheap little, it feels nice for Shakespeare, like a cheaper Shakespeare. But this is our surf fishing rod that we use. This is a 10-foot version. Hello, Sonic and Mario Bros Gaming. What is up? Nice to see you in the chat. Holy crap, we have 12 people in the chat. Alrighty, but yeah, so we're gonna get into some very vintage stuff. We're going into like 60 years old territory right here, and I'm gonna turn the camera around. Boom. You guys are on tripods, so this is actually easy for me. We're gonna forward a sunroom if you guys are wondering. So we're going to take this apart. We're going to go into this, which this is around, we're actually going to go with a 40 years old one. You like fishing? What's up? Hi. I'm pretty good, Liza and Armanda Gonzalez. What is up? Nice to see you in the chat. Taking back over here. So these are a little bit more vintage. So this is a Shakespeare Alpha, and this is pretty old. This is around 25 years old, the Shakespeare Alpha. This is when they first came out. This was my great-grandfather's, and then given down to my grandfather, and now it belongs to me. This is the Shakespeare Alpha. I use it sometimes on trips. It's just more in my room. It's a decoration than anything because I like to make sure that I keep my family stuff in nice condition, which you guys will see I do. So here it is right here. So that's the Shakespeare Alpha, and the quality on this is nice. It's an 8-foot, and it is a medium heavy rod. Sometimes it says 10 to 15 pound on the line. This depends on what size reel you put on it. I would suggest for an 8-foot rod, put a 4,000 size reel on it. That's my personal preference, so I'm not 100%. What is up, Tom Armand? Nice to see you in the chat. So we are going to go over to the direction over here. Keep turning the tripod. Boom, don't fall. We're going to go to some of the older stuff real quick. Okay, so this is some really old stuff. So these right here, I'm going to change it, are called Garcia Michels, which if you guys don't know, these are actually what Abu Garcia were before they became Abu Garcia. So these are those. They make clicking sounds. There's a big one and a small one. They still work perfectly fine. They're just really old. This one is where is it? 63, so 1963 is when this one was made, which is his Garcia Michel. Cool reel. It's got a really cool box tint to it if you guys want to see. Boom. And the one down here, so if I was going to take a guess, if we use modern standards for rod and reels, this would be considered a 5,000 size, this would be considered a 3,000 size if we use modern standards for rod and reels. And these were just left on here. They were lining, so that's how we kind of line this stuff in my family, or used to at least. So you put it on here, and then we go. That's... I don't understand what you're saying, but that's the cheese. Yeah, so this is this right here, which, like I said, the Garcia Michels. These are two of them. These are some of the older ones. This is from 1963. So, yeah, they're cool. I like them. Like I said, just kind of vintage. Some of the older ones we'll get to later. This is what we're going to kind of go over in the video. It's not going to be too long of a live stream. We have a vintage, almost 100 years old African mahogany rod, which that's what we're going to get to later. So we're going to get into my favorite rods now, and we're going to turn the camera. Boom, turned. So here is the next rod we're going to go over, which this one is a 10-foot surf rod, and this is a Quantum Blue Runner. That's $200. Interesting. What is up, Rude? Nice to see you in the chat. What is up? This one is a Quantum Blue Runner. This is a 10-foot rod. It doesn't say on here. I know. This is probably 5 feet. Yeah. I'm around 6 foot, and this is around 5 feet, so yeah, it should be. Yeah. Right around there. So, yeah, this is a Quantum Blue Runner, and it's a surf rod. It is either 8 or 9 or 10 foot rod, which I would put a 6,000 to 7,000 size reel on it, my personal opinion. And if you guys are just joining, what's up? Hit the like and subscribe buttons. We're just trying to hit our milestone of 5,000 by the end of the summer. Hopefully we can do it. And if you guys are new and you guys want to become members of the channel, you guys can hit the money symbol and then hit become a member, and you guys can. It's $1.99 a month, and you guys get access to emojis and live streams only that members can join. So let you guys know that. Sorry about that, guys. Spam risk. Cool shirt. Nice fishing pole. I got you on something. Thank you. Appreciate it, dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, this is one of my sponsors. It's called Dead Fish Hook Apparel. I'm not wearing any of my merch right now, which I just don't have it on me. Because, well, I actually have to wear other clothes than my own merch sometimes. And hard as that is to believe, I actually do have to wear other shirts that aren't my own merch. So we're going to go into reels. So, being very gentle with all this stuff, because it is old. We're going to go into these two reels right here, which I'm not 100% sure about one of these reels. So, if you guys know anything in the chat about these, you guys are more than welcome to put it in the chat. Well, thank you everybody for liking and subscribing, because I can see people did. So this is a Shakespeare Combo 700, which this is, I don't know how old this is. I know it's old though. Just look at it, it's old. The anti-gravity is broken, or is it just turned off? No, it's broken. So the anti-gravity on this is a little bit broken. It says the big reel. I'm guessing the 700 stands for 7,000 size reel. Let's see. Actually, the reel's pretty good stuff for being, where is it? I don't know the exact date on it, but I'm probably going to guess mid-70s. Yeah, there were not spinning reels in the 1725. You're right. These are, the rods that I have are from 100 years ago. The reels are a little bit more modern. I say a little bit because some of them are close to 60 years old, more. So, here's that real quick. And this is a Penn, what is this? Penn Squadron, which there's actually, you know, Penn is still coming to this day. And this is actually a brand, Penn Squadron still, or a type of rod and reel. It's a baitcaster or a deep drop, depending on where you go. So this is meant to be put on the back of boats for trolling and different things. So you guys can hear it click still. Let's see if this still works, because I haven't touched these in years. It still works, cool. Just need to put that back on. So this is a Penn. This is pretty expensive vintage reel. Yeah. So this is a pretty expensive vintage reel. I'm not sure the exact price. I know it's old though. My best guess on this is probably mid-70s too. Because most of this stuff, or pretty much all this stuff, is from my great-great-grandfather. So, or no, my great-grandfather. Wait, yeah, my great-grandfather. One of them is from my great-great-grandfather though. But yeah, so there's the Penn right there. Penn Squadron. It's a known 140, made in the USA, and it says paid on it, and then on and off for on, off. That's kind of how it works. So hopefully, here in the near future, I can get the actual new version of it and compare them, because I already have plenty of those, but it'd be kind of cool to compare them. So we're going to get into a vintage baitcaster, which vintage baitcasters are awesome. This is one of my favorite ones that we have. This is a Edge. So this is kind of old. This is one of the very first Abu Garcia rods that they made for like newer baitcasters. It's called the Colonial 200. You guys will see me use these in my older videos right when I was starting to use baitcasters. You'll see I use this because, like I said, this has been in my family for close to 20, 30 years now. And pretty cool. You can see it that it works right now. Alrighty guys, so we're going to wrap it up quickly. Just want to make sure we get through everything real quick. So, yeah, like I said, this is the Edge, and then this is a Abu Garcia rod and reel combo. So we're going to go to this, hop straight into the vintage, because we don't have much time left, unfortunately. So this right here is my second oldest rod that I have. This is almost 100 years old. This is not African mahogany, the other one is. I don't know what type of wood this is, but this is close to 100 years old. For what I found on Google, this is not a specific brand, this is just custom. So this was made quite a long time ago. This is my great-grandfather's for deep sea fishing, and hopefully, let's see. Yeah, it still has some pretty good bounce to it, all things considered. The eyelets are still pretty good, and, you know, it's a nice rod. So we're going to put this over here, like I said, finishing up quickly, so I'm getting it to the older parts real quick. Gotta be careful with all this stuff too, because it is vintage and it will break. So here is the final, like, crazy thing that I'm gonna show you guys. And then I will show you guys the Shimanos that we have too, vintage Shimanos. So this is, the reel is way newer than the rod. This is a Daiwa reel. I'm not sure the exact type. 4000C, said made for precision. It's got bearings in it. This is one of those. So this is an African mahogany rod. From what I found, this is over 100 years old. It is, you can just tell it's African mahogany. It's a beautiful looking rod, and it's probably 5 foot. Probably around 5 foot, maybe 5'2", something around there. And that's kind of, yeah, it's around the size. It's cool rod. It is old too, which I enjoy using old combos. You've seen me use them to catch bass before. I want to do a video where I try to catch some sharks on some vintage, or not sharks, my bad guys. my brain's stuck on sharks. I try to catch some whiting and some bluefish on some vintage rods and stuff. Which we have vintage surf rods, which I don't really want to break them, but we have some of the ones that are a little bit newer and they are in good condition, so I would like to use those. So, to finish and wrap everything up, we're going to end it off with a high note, which is the Shimano's. So, there's a Shakespeare Alpha in there too. So, these are the Shimano. I don't know the exact type of reel. What is it? Does it say on there? Oh, these are actually pens. I thought these were Shimano's. I could have swore this was Shimano. No, apparently they're pens. We had one Shimano. I don't know which. Maybe if it's been the Shimano Wrap, I thought it was Shimano. So yeah. That was the whole thing today. And then we have another one here. What is this? I don't know what this is. In the bucket. Okay, guys, so I'll see you guys in the next episode of River Rat Life. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's a little live stream with rods and stuff. It was a lot of fun making. I like going through some of the vintage stuff, and see you guys.